I wanted to chat a little bit today about you see these social media posts where they say never do this or don't do this or don't do that. A couple examples to kind of talk about. One, I got into a little bit of an interaction with somebody who's got a decent amount of followers this week saying, don't blow your nose on the toilet. And this one's made the rounds. It's not the first time it's been brought up. I've addressed it before. It's not anything new. And basically what I said is, I get it, downward pressure. If you have leakage or prolapse and you're currently symptomatic, sure, I understand that like your butt on a toilet and you've got a bad cold and blowing your nose, maybe not the best choice, but I don't think it's fair to say everyone should refrain from blowing their nose on the toilet. And ironically, as I was thinking of this the other morning, no joke, completely absentmindedly, I sat on the toilet and I blew my nose. And then I was like, wow, that's really funny. But what I was trying to say is like, it's okay to use these nevers, whatever that people are saying. Can we reframe it as using it as something as an indicator that maybe we should get something checked out instead of no, don't do this. And then when I pressed further, like, why are you saying this? It was like, oh, well, better safe than sorry. We're trying to be preventative. And again, downward pressure isn't pathological. It's just something that we have to navigate. And in certain situations, if it's bad enough that you are symptomatic such that you are unable to blow your nose on the toilet without symptoms, by all means, go get help. If you don't want to get help and know that that's an issue, great, that's fine too. But I think we're really kind of, I know the word gets thrown around. I mean, it's technically fear-mongering to be like, hey, preventatively don't blow your nose on the toilet, or don't wear high-waisted jeans, or don't pee in the shower because we want to keep you from having XYZ problems, when we have zero data that says that a majority of people will have a negative fallout, no pun intended, from doing these activities. And if you want to bring them up, because here's the thing, I believe wholeheartedly that there are people that have symptoms when they blow their nose on the toilet. I think there's people that have symptoms when they wear high-waisted pants. I think there's people that have symptoms that the second they step in the shower, they feel like they have to pee. Like, this is not negating that at all. It's saying that not everybody experiences this, but you can use those things as indicators that you need to go seek help for that issue should you choose to do so, because you should be able to do these things and not worry about prolapse symptoms or leakage or, anything. So rather than put a blanket statement, never, and again, totally understand that those are the hooks that we put to get social media engagement and that kind of stuff. People take us seriously. I can't tell you how many patients that I come in and they're like, well, you're not supposed to do this. And I'm like, well, why? I'm like, well, I don't know, because that person said. I'm like, people listen. So can we just be honest and upfront with what we know and what we don't know? And if you are currently symptomatic doing any of those things, use that as an indicator that you should talk to somebody if you would like to change that. If you are currently not symptomatic doing any of those things, we have zero data to say that doing those things is going to give you a problem, or not doing them is going to be preventative. We have no data. But if you're not having symptoms, doing those things, don't worry about it. There's far more things in the world right now to put our attention into. So that's my PSA, is if you are, swiping through and you see these never, don't, like very, very clean black and white, reinterpret it, because it's coming from the best of intentions, or at least I hope. Reinterpret it as, if you experience this, you should seek advice from a pelvic health professional to address it and change it. So let's use it for a barometer instead of like a death warning, because it's just not. So anyway, let me know. Have you, read those things and then like totally freaked out? Like, oh my gosh, I've ruined myself because I blew my nose on the toilet, or I wore high-waisted jeans, or I peed in the shower. Like, DM me if you have any of those things, and kind of what were your expectations? What did you do as a result?